For centuries, humanity viewed Saturn as a flawless jewel, a serene golden giant crowned with a halo of light, drifting quietly in the cold vacuum of space. But if you tune into the actual radio emissions coming from the planet, you hear something else entirely. Saturn is screaming into the void. It is a massive ball of hydrogen and helium, spinning at such extreme speeds that the planet literally flattens at its poles, bulging out at the equator to form the shape of a pumpkin. Our perception of peace is an illusion. We are looking at a violent colossus. From Earth, those iconic rings look perfectly smooth, solid bands of pure gold. Flying inside them reveals a chaotic grinder. They are a relentless blizzard of sharp ice and rock, ranging from the size of a sand grain to a mountain, smashing into each other at thousands of kilometers per hour. This debris field is the result of a murder. A moon likely wandered past the Roche limit, the strict gravitational boundary where a planet's tidal forces become stronger than the moon's own structural integrity. The moment it crossed that line, Saturn's gravity shredded the crust from the core. The resulting storm of ice shrapnel spans nearly 300,000 kilometers across, yet in some sections it is a razor blade only 10 meters thick. We are staring at a planetary graveyard. The elegant rings we admire are the frozen, scattered guts of a dead world. The strangeness extends deep into the atmosphere. At the North Pole, fluid dynamics dictate we should see circles or spirals. Instead, there is a perfectly straight-edged, endlessly spinning hexagon. This geometric scar is a hurricane large enough to swallow 4 entire Earths, with a massive red vortex raging unblinkingly in the very center. And every roughly 30 Earth years, an eruption we call the Great White Spot wakes up. It is a storm system so massive it stretches around the full circumference, dragging thick white clouds of ammonia ice up from the depths. This thermal image reveals the actual structure beneath the visible atmosphere. These granular orange and blue bands map an intense thermal volatility, an internal engine hidden by calm yellow clouds. This heat fuels planetary-scale thunderstorms, generating lightning 10,000 times stronger than on Earth. The impossible surface geometry and the deep thermal scans tell the same story. Beneath the golden exterior is a deeply unstable, explosive core. Saturn also commands an entourage of over 140 moons. Titan is the outlier, an imposter world with a dense atmosphere and a surface pressure even higher than Earth's. It features rivers, lakes, and rain clouds, but the weather is lethal. Because of the low gravity, heavy drops of liquid methane and ethane fall in slow motion through a thick smog. At -179 degrees Celsius, jumping into one of those lakes would cause you to shatter like glass. Titan's massive, shifting dunes are composed of dark, static-charged hydrocarbon grains, essentially dunes of plastic hundreds of meters high, shifting in the alien wind. Further out sits Enceladus, a tiny, bright sphere of pure white ice. For years, it looked like a dead rock, until we spotted long, blue fractures at the South Pole, known as tiger stripes. Saturn's immense gravitational pull constantly kneads this small moon like a ball of dough. The resulting friction keeps an underground global ocean warm, forcing liquid water to blast out of those icy scars and into space at supersonic speeds. These moons share traits with our own planet, but they are twisted reflections, extreme, hostile environments engineered entirely by Saturn's gravity. To uncover these details, we relied on a lone messenger. The Cassini spacecraft spent 13 years mapping this chaotic system, but eventually it started running out of fuel. A dead, unsteerable robot adrift in this system posed a catastrophic biological threat. If Cassini crashed into the pristine surface of Enceladus, Earth microbes could contaminate an underground ocean that contains the heat, salt, and organic molecules necessary for life. To protect these environments, Mission Control at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory issued a decisive command to destroy their multi-billion-dollar tool before its fuel ran dry. In 2017, NASA commanded Cassini to dive straight into the crushing atmosphere of the planet it had spent over a decade studying. It fought to keep its antenna pointed at Earth, transmitting data until the heat and pressure violently tore it apart. We destroyed our greatest technological asset because leaving it to drift in Saturn's orbit was simply too dangerous. Saturn appears eternal to us, but its defining feature is actively destroying itself. Through a constant process called ring rain, the planet's intense gravity is pulling the icy ring debris downward, steadily siphoning the material into its upper atmosphere. At the current rate, the rings will be completely gone in just 100 million years, a brief, fleeting moment in cosmic time. Saturn will be stripped down to just another lonely gas giant. Saturn is a temporary masterpiece of gravity and violence. We arrived just in time to witness its crown before it dissolves back into the darkness. A reminder that even the giants of our solar system eventually succumb to the very forces that created them.